Hi, welcome to the lesson about reggae guitar. We're going to be looking at the chord aspect of rhythm guitar in reggae. They're called the offbeats because they come on the 2 and the 4 of the bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to need timing. You're going to have to lock into the drummer. One thing you can do is just stand right next to the drum kit, stand next to the hi-hat, so that's almost all you can hear, and learn how to keep that steady beat with a slightly lazy touch, playing very, very, very slightly late, which gives it a kind of relaxed feel, but not too late, otherwise the drummer will get angry with you. Okay, there are 2 sides to reggae rhythm guitar playing. We're going to look at the chordal side. There is of course also the picking, or pick as people call it, the staccato, that kind of thing. That's for another time. We'll stick to the chords today. Okay, couple of chords I haven't played before in this rhythm guitar series. We've got a wraparound chord on the 5th fret, which is the minor version of the A major. We've had that before, starting on the 6th string. We take off our 2nd finger and we replace it by barring across the first 3 strings on the 5th fret. So that gives you a nice minor chord. And this wraparound technique is excellent for reggae offbeats because you've got this kind of grip and release control. I'm not doing anything with my right hand. I'm not touching the strings with the heel of my hand that I'd normally be doing. My hand is completely free, and as soon as I release the pressure on this wraparound grip chord, everything's dead, nothing's going to happen, and that in a loud live situation is particularly important. You want nice clean crisp chords with nothing in between, no ringing open strings or strings that shouldn't be sounding, and these wraparound chords are ideal for that. Okay, it goes to a bar chord, a conventional bar chord, which are also fine. There's the same principle, the pressure and release damping technique. We're using, starting on the 5th string on the 5th fret, we've got a minor chord, D minor, which is just the A minor shape barred on the 5th fret. Then we've got a classic A shape bar chord starting on the 8th fret on the 5th string. So that's an F. So we're barring across the 10th fret on the 2nd, 3rd and 4th strings. Not that one. Okay, and we've got a wraparound chord on the 8th fret, but starting on the 6th string. That's going to be our C major. Yeah, reggae offbeats can be single offbeats, as I was playing just now. But you can play double ones if the song requires it. You can also slide up to chords just 1 fret, so that kind of thing. You'll have to practice playing along with reggae, we say rhythms, instrumental tracks, and just listen to what the guitarist or guitarists are doing, and soak it up. That's all I can say. And go and see reggae bands, good reggae bands live. Watch the guitarist, watch what he or she is doing. You'll learn a lot. It sounds very simple, most of the guitar playing, but believe me, it isn't. This is where timing comes in, something that I emphasized you need for rhythm guitar right at the beginning of these lessons. Timing in reggae is of the utmost importance. There's no room for sloppiness. You've got to be absolutely spot on time, or at least if the rhythm section is playing a little bit lazy or laid back, then you've got to play just exactly as lazy and laid back as they are. You're going to find, as in all genres, the drummer is going to push the beat maybe in the chorus, so the tempo's going to go up half a BPM, 1 BPM. He might pull it back in the middle 8 or the bridge, whatever, but the drummer's going to be pushing or breaking the tempo slightly. A good drummer, you've got to go with him or her. But like I said, when you start out, my best advice is simply stand next to the hi-hat, and then you can't go wrong. You're not going to stray from the beat. You're fine. Not a lot more to say about reggae rhythm guitar. It sounds simple. It isn't. You need a lot of practice, a lot of experience to be able to do it in a relaxed way. Most people sound rather stiff when they first try to play these reggae offbeats. Again, it's hard to explain, but you want a nice, relaxed right hand. Think of a little bit like in jazz, that swing is kind of an oval movement. If you think of a ride cymbal and somebody hitting it in an oval movement to give it that swing or groove. Reggae is similar, maybe a circular motion, but and you've got to be able to do that without anything else and stay in time. There are often passages in reggae instrumental tracks or songs where everything drops out except the guitar, maybe the keyboards and guitar, but the chords, the offbeats continue. You might get a little bit of hi-hat from the drummer, but I've experienced it that you're very often left with nothing, because drummers don't like putting in a hi-hat like a metronome. It spoils it a little bit. So you've got to be able to do this. Again, do it with a metronome, and then try it without. Then go back to the metronome and see how close you are. Yeah, and just as a point of interest, you might have wondered where these offbeats come from. Why is it that in reggae people play this rather than or something like that? Okay, it's essentially a rhythmic thing. It's almost a percussion instrument. The pickings certainly resemble percussion. It's almost like somebody playing a drum. But my theory is that back in the early 60s, when soul and Motown were coming up, there was a lot of this offbeat type rhythm guitar in soul and Motown music, and Jamaican musicians, Caribbean musicians played in a lot of cover bands to pay the rent, and they'd play the hit tunes of the day, and they'd play a lot of soul and Motown, so they'd have those chops already, and that kind of crept into what became reggae. Okay, to finish off, we're going to listen to the track again from tape. This time I've got the guitar that I originally recorded up on the desk, and I'm going to play around with it a little bit to show you how your offbeat guitar might sound eventually on a studio recording or maybe live. So yeah, straight rhythm guitar, straight offbeats with some delay on it. You want a kind of 3/4 time delay to fit the 4/4 tempo in the rhythm, and bringing that in can really spice up the offbeats. You can have a delay pedal on stage or in your rehearsal room to provide your own delay effects. That's quite good fun. If you're lucky, you might have a sound man who can dub a little bit for you, but that's definitely one way to spice up, to give that authentic reggae sound to your offbeats. Okay, I hope this has been helpful. I hope you've learned something, and I look forward to the next lesson. Cheers.